how can you develop a budget? Like he said, you really can't. But the first thing you would, going into something like that is you need to see, like I said, what's coming in and what's going out. See what's really necessary, and just work from there. Go bare bones for the tribe. Bare bones means only essential personnel. And from there we can assess and keep reassessing where we are as a nation with funds. You have to start somewhere, but you have to stop buying things. That's one thing is, anybody knows, is you need to stop buying things and just freeze everything that you can. And try to recoup some of the money that's been going out to save and to power pay your bills off. And from there there are so many variables. There are a lot of ideas, and you can't, like he said, you can't just pinpoint one or the other. But there's a lot of ideas out there, and nobody's going to know everything. I'm opening myself to all suggestions, and our people, they have good ideas. I want to empower our people to be part of our tribe and to feel like they're part of a tribe by voicing their ideas and concerns. I'm here to listen. This is our nation. This is not just one person's nation. This is our nation. And I welcome any dialogue and any ideas because I'm not going to have all the ideas. And you might have something out there and understand some things that I don't. I'm not a closed-minded person, and I welcome everything. So thank you. Thank you.
Could you repeat the question? I just want to make sure I got it right.
Recently, it has been stated that we are in a $1.5 million deficit. Budgeting is an ongoing issue due to using projections. What will you do to replace this budgeting process to ensure we are developing budgets within our means?
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
First thing is we have to understand, we have to come to terms, we have to admit at the executive level that we are in a hole. We are in a deep hole, and we need to stop digging, okay? Because we're spending money that we don't have, that we're having to borrow from other tribes, and paying interest to them on bonds that they can utilize for their own programs. Okay, so we're not able to fund our own programs, but indirectly we're helping fund other tribes' programs. Okay, so we've got to stop digging. We've got to stop the unchecked spending that's been going on. If anyone mentions anything about buying something before we sell something, somebody needs to point it out to them. Hey, we don't have enough for what we have right now, and we certainly don't need to be paying more for things that we don't need. Essential needs should always come first. That's the most logical thing that we should be spending money on. We've got to stop, like Wayne said, we've got to stop the projecting. There's a term phrase that's used, or I should say there's terminology that's used whenever a budget is presented that our members need to understand. Anytime they hear the term qualified budget, it means exactly the opposite of what you might think it means. Okay? It does not mean that it's a budget that makes sense or has credentials or is qualified in the sense of the word that we think. Qualified means it's a guess, it's projection. An unqualified budget is the exact opposite of what you would think that it means. You would think that an unqualified budget doesn't hold up or doesn't qualify. It means exactly the opposite of what that term would conjure conjure it up in our minds. An unqualified budget means that you're dealing with real dollars, real cents, and a real assessment of your spending, of all your costs. Okay, so every time the word unqualified, or every time the term unqualified budget gets used, I think to myself, everybody's going to think that's a good thing. And it's exactly the opposite of a good thing. It means that we're guessing. It's like playing, if anybody's ever played the game Spades, the card game Spades, you get your cards and you get your partner and you make a bid. You think, well, I can get this many suits. Well, or whatever you call it, tricks or whatever. It's been a while since I played spades, but in real life, I've had to make projections on, I had to make accurate assessments. I need to use the word projections. I had to make accurate assessments of real money in real time being spent on real things, real people, real items. So whenever it comes to our budgeting, we've got to shut down the guesswork. And like Wayne said, it's going to be a hard thing to do. First thing we got to do is get our revenue up and quit guessing how much we're going to make, because really it's not as difficult as it has been made to seem. So I'll finish there.
In regards to the guesstimation, the projections, and it is correct that we will go off projections in regards to the entities that provide revenue and some not so much projected revenues. But those three entities, they do projections as far as their numbers each year. Now, as a business entity and as one individual that's in that particular realm, when you do your projected numbers, now you need to have qualified numbers to be able to do each year as you do, if you go through 1, 2, 3, 4 years, let's just say you do that, right? So you've got a projection based off of the past years. And so that gives you a projection of what you need to try to attain or try to get. It gives you a close enough value of where you're at if you look at those past years to be able to project your numbers moving forward. But they have over-projected in recent years, and it's caused a lot of grief in regards to the operations of the nation. And just because of that, well, a lot of that stems from audits. All right. Now, there's not enough transparency in those different scenarios because there's not enough transparency in the nation's auditing and their projected numbers of what they're getting, what they're using. Then on the gaming side, just in general, their audited financials have been a little bit scrutinized at this particular point. Well, we have to be more secure with our accounting to be able to give those numbers validation, because as certain individuals and I have looked at, those numbers are miscued from all over the place. Like nothing translates, nothing balances. The VCR, gaming, all those numbers are off or miscued. They can't be. They all got to balance. They all got to come across, and you got to be able to see that. Well, whatever they're doing as far as this number here to get it to that number, they're off base. They're not the same. Well, we all got to get on the same page and be able to come together to figure out what direction we're going to go. What number's here, what number's there. So when it is given to the nation, that projection is as close as we can possibly get, because we know it's a guesstimation. Thank you.
That's it.
Oh my gosh.
Let me just say something really fast. My sister, she went back on and she started live streaming again, even though we're still going to upload. And there were about 4 questions, which I want to email each of you. And if you want to respond back to those questions, I will post it for those tribal members that submitted. Okay? I'm tired. I appreciate all of you coming. It wasn't what I expected, but you all guys did great. So thank you.
Yeah.
What's your